Greetings and salutations, beautiful people across the globe, fellow fantasizers, nerds of ages, sexes, and fish, if they're watching, I don't know. Welcome to another episode of A Tale of Dice. I am your DM for this beautiful evening named Wouter Baumann, and these are my players Charlie, Crystal, Max, and Maxime. We are gathered here today to continue the adventures of The Pack. A group of adventurers now in the middle of a wilderness, setting up an army, terrorizing hobgoblins, and, well, trying to rid the world of darkness. But before we get into that, are you guys okay? Is everything okay with all of you?
For the fish watching, we have to translate, of course. It's and let me translate this closely because I didn't catch up on my fish like a year ago, but it was something like. Whoop, 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 whoop.
You forgot to.
Yeah, sorry for the accent, of course, but you have to work with what you got.
But yeah, things are actually pretty good.
I felt like that was pretty offensive to all proper fish speakers out there.
Yeah, I
On
might
behalf
have
of all of us, blub blub, bitch.
I might have put some slurs in that, but I don't know. It has been a long time.
We tried.
We are not
No, blob is
specious.
close to blob, and
We are not specious.
No, but I actually recorded a start of a Let's Play this morning, so that was fun. Nino Cooney been re-recording it, played it a little bit live yesterday, but I thought it's better if I just do this offline and then edit it properly. So I started learning editing as well. Working out. Will be fun.
Distill it to the gems.
Yeah,
to the
basically.
good bits.
Yeah, basically.
I like it. Nice. And I went out to dinner. That's something that can be done again. Like hand sanitizer when you get in, like get to a table. You're one of 5 tables in the entire restaurant because there needs to be enough space and stuff. But yeah, I saw my parents again. Went out to dinner.
Dude,
We
when
were
restaurants
so
open
into
back
them.
up, I think I've spent like 10 evenings in restaurants already since they opened back up. I'm
Yeah,
totally
well-
broke, but it was totally worth it.
Well, whatever, man. Like yours didn't like come by with a trolley with like 50 different types of cheese on them for your cheese platter at the end. Mine did.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Now for me, my album drop, our soundtrack, which is actually very exciting. You can find it on
Hells to the
Apple
yeah.
Music, on Spotify. On Spotify, it's still under the wrong artist, which is actually pretty funny because the other dude, I'm not a fan.
Has different tastes.
That's different taste. Yeah, I was. But aside from that, yeah, it's really cool to have crossed that off my bucket list now. So I don't know. I think I could die happily now. I'll try not to. But
You still have to make another one, and another one, and another one.
and another one. Oh, did we make that? What did I sign? Oh,
In blood, by the way.
God.
No, but Charlie, you're an official musician of. Wow. How did I pronounce it? That official musician? Is that?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
a thing, right? Of a Tale of Dice.
Full magician.
Whatever.
Magician?
You're a wizard, Charlie.
You're a wizard, Charlie. Well, technically, you're a Dragonborn champion, but we'll get into
Sorry.
that in a bit.
Fair enough.
After he dies, he will become a wizard.
No. You guys know what made me think a little bit? Like, this is the first time that I saw my parents again since the Corona crisis started. And it got me thinking that, you know who I haven't spoken to in a long while also? The chat. Because me, as a DM, I am very busy with this entire stream, and I miss all of you guys. So now that we have a couple of new subscribers within our midst, I think it might be time to continue a tradition which first brought us the beautiful character known as Neo Crankshaft, where I will invite all of you to join me in a beautiful Discord call to create another thing this time for our world. And where we previously created a beautiful character, this time I want to invite all of you who have paid cold hard cash to aid us in our endeavor to help me create a sentient item, a piece of weaponry, a armor piece, a whatever you want, but it has to be sentient. It has to have a personality of its own, with its own goals and its own things. So there you have it. So after today, I think tomorrow evening, I will go ahead and invite all of our subscribers and patrons once again to join me in the Discord call. So if you haven't subscribed yet, you have, let's say, until tomorrow, somewhere around 9 p.m. CET to sub up. And if you've done so, you will be invited, and let's create another beautiful thing to put into our world and let our characters experience it. I mean, like, we only just saw Nito for a little bit, and he will come back, you can be sure of it. But I think I need a little bit more input from all of you. So what do you say?
Sounds terrifying.
Oh, hell
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Like, if this item doesn't have, like, TPK potential, we have squandered the potential. I mean, like, come on.
Nope.
Well, I hope it's going to be
I'll play
endgame
nice.
then.
We'll play nice. We'll play nice. No. But speaking of game elements, I think this is enough of a short introduction. So let me ask you all a question once again. Shall we play a game?
Da, ksh, da, 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 da.
We haven't seen that one in a while.
There we go. And let me get back into.
Oh, that was pretty funny.
Good, awesome. Yeah, like we had Maxime, now we needed Charlie once again.
Yeah.
So
It's been a while.
to jump into tonight's game, it has also been a while since the pack members took on a quest from the Cerulean Circle, and in particular Violora Moran, one of their contacts there, to retrieve a magical item, a sword capable of vanquishing shadow, to bring it back to this guild. This item that was lost in transit somewhere within the wilderness where our party members now reside, named the Cragged Hills. Here, however, they also found that there was another aspect of their quest that was situated within this area, namely darkness, influences from the dark dimension known as the Shadowfell, who had creeped within the wilderness itself that they would also want to vanquish for one reason or another. To complete both of these quests, our heroes first tried to befriend a group of treants that lived within these wildernesses. With little success, however, although they had one friend they made along the way, known as Farroot, who would now aid them in fighting the hobgoblins in these regions, best the shadows, and retrieve this magical item. However, without the aid of all of the treants, our heroes had a challenge before them, as the might of these hobgoblins and their leader, Tasric the Drake Lord in particular, they would need a little bit of aid in all of this. So the party split up. While Hannah, Allisôn, and Farroot would harass Tasric in his encampment to try and keep him there, Iroh and Krakal, together with a little bit of aid of Melo, Hannah's pet, would go venture forth to one of the bastions of civilization within these wildlands, known as a town of Travelsfurt, to see if they can rile up some people there. And rile up some people they did. As they entered the village, they quickly impersonated a lord that would be on transit there, known as a dragonborn lord, Farclaw. Impersonating as him, they continued to persuade the vested lord and lady of the town to give up the entire guard to go ahead and march into the wilderness to display a front of strength, to make sure that these hobgoblins who had increased their territory would be pushed back a little bit, to get back to a new status quo, so to speak. In the meantime, they also befriended a group of mercenaries who would help them in their endeavors to guide them through the wildernesses. But in the meantime also, they didn't really befriend the lord and lady of the town, and a question now lingers in the entire party's mind. What if the actual Lord Farroot will arrive?
Lord Farroot?
Sorry, Farclaw. Crap.
I think Lord Farroot has already arrived.
Yeah, I think so too.
Well, I don't think Allisôn still doesn't know this, so when he actually finds out, he's gonna cry.
He will shit bricks. He will shit bricks. So, with this underway, the guards of Travelsfurt would need 1 day to prepare before they can march into the wilderness. Hannah and Allisôn have just harassed Tasric once again and are back in their encampment. And as time suits me, I believe we're now at a new morning where the entire party woke up. So let us start with Hannah and Allisôn. As you guys wake up in your well-secluded camp, in close vicinity, mind you, to the Hobgoblin encampment.
Yeah.
Farwood is still in his tree form, sheltering you a little bit, unmoving, unwavering. You can have a little bit of breakfast and discuss the tasks at hand. So, what would you like to do?
Okay, so go ahead.
Yeah. No, you go ahead.
So generally, we're being hunted now, right? So the place that we're at currently is one of the safest locations we can be, given that's actually a really good hideout. So we can either stay here or make sure that we attract a small portion of their army and lead them towards Grakal and Iroh to basically ambush them. That's another thought in my head that can happen. Or we can just go and fight over here. But if we're found, we're dead, right? So yeah, that's basically my thought. So either we stick to this area here and we remain in this nice hut that we created and just downtime or something, or we'll try something else.
Yeah, my thing is, we don't know when they will arrive. So we have that message thing of you, and I think it's time to use it. Because they can send a message back, right?
I can only use the scroll once. The sending scroll. It's literally
so
only once.
We have to really plan out what we're going to say and then tell them, let's meet over here, and you tell us when we're going to meet.
And one thing, I think this scroll is either of the 5th or the 6th influence of magic. So this thing is expensive.
Yeah, but it's really necessary to use it.
Is it necessary now?
Yeah, because we don't know if we have to keep them any longer or less. Or we can, like, try and get them over there, but we don't know when we have to do that.
Okay, so what are you proposing?
Today, but it could be in 3 days.
So what are you proposing?
Let's tell them we are going to try and lure the goblins to a specific spot. Maybe like put something up there, like the flag in a tree or something. And they will have to tell us when we should do that.
Yeah, so the problem is they will only be able to respond in like the 6 seconds after I cast this sending spell. And if they're not prepared to give an answer, this is going to be wasted. So do we trust Iroh and Grakal to think up a proper response in that time slot?
Iroh, yeah.
Do we though?
Yeah.
Do you know what he does with my potions?
Yeah.
I was about to mention what happened.
But I think we should just do it.
Do you know, it's only like 30 words or something, right? Like, not even. 25 words.
We trusted them in sending them away, so we should trust them in doing this. Right?
I don't really trust them, honestly, on this.
I think we should trust them. I think Iroh is going to do the right thing. It is the only thing we can do right now. I can't just go in there and keep setting things on fire because I'm going to get caught and killed sometime.
I don't think we have to create more chaos than we already have. Like, they're hunting us. Like, they
strongly disagree.
What was that you, Farwood?
Sorry, Allisôn.
Want to create more chaos?
Yeah.
Character.
Okay.
Yeah, but
this sending scroll.
We can't do anything else. But wait.
I'm not using this sending scroll for this. I don't think this is the right plan. Unless you have a very specific 25 words you want to send them that you show to me. We go over again and again until I know that this is worth it.
Meet at White Tree in you say how many days. Tell us straight away.
Okay. So why the
What
white
is that
tree?
word?
Why not this area? They know that we're here.
Well, I just mentioned a tree. I don't know. We
Okay, but
didn't
they-
figure
they-
that out yet.
They know our hideout. Why can't they just come
Right.
here?
I forgot they were here before they left.
And
Okay,
that's why
then-
you first
okay,
use your brain
when-
before you start doing things.
When you gonna arrive at a camp out? We still here. Goblins are mad. Answer straight away.
Is that worth it? Can't we just wait for them?
Yeah.
Like, it's not
Well,
gonna
we
make a
could.
difference, right? If they're just coming or not. It's not gonna make a difference if we know or not. They're just gonna
Then
arrive
we'll
at a
wait.
certain point,
Then we have to wait.
right?
Yeah.
So let's just stick here. If they find us, we find our way out. If not, we're fine. Like, I know this is scary, Anna. I know this is scary.
Just want to know if they're still alive, and I need to know how Melo is doing, and I just.
I get it. Let's stay rational.
What if they got caught or like someone locked them up? We won't
Okay.
know.
Let's put it this way. If they haven't arrived in 4 days, I'm gonna use the sending scroll.
It was only 1.5 day walk.
Yes, but it's gonna take a while for them to convince people. If they haven't arrived in 4 days, I'm gonna use the scroll. Okay?
3 days.
3.5.
To
Two.
Iroh's credit, it took him like 6 hours to set up a militia.
I'm going for 2.5.
No. 3.5.
2.5.
You just said 3!
2.5.
We're making noise!
2.5.
3.
2.5.
3.
I'll steal it from you like it's.
We're
Just
done.
decide, you children.
We're done. Next.
All right, so the plan is that you guys will just hole up where
Yeah.
you are right now.
So preferably, I'm gonna use this small amount of downtime to retrain a little bit.
To retrain a little bit.
Yeah.
All right.
Same
Fair
for
enough.
me.
Okay. So how are you guys focusing your downtime?
Well,
So basically, I priorly, Allisôn was really focused. Okay, so how can I manipulate the movement of the enemy by basically deceiving them into making false blows towards them? And Allisôn notices this is just not my thing. And what he's been learning over the past few weeks, past few months, is that for him it's way more effective to just look at the movement and the rhythm of their fight and use that to their advantage and the allies that he's with. So now that he's learned this, he won't be needing the deception anymore in that case. So, and he feels like, okay, I want to protect my allies. I want to be able to be better at spotting traps. So instead of, so basically I switch over a first level feat to another first level feat.
Very good. So yeah, you are going to go ahead and focus on your own perceptive abilities as you are just keeping watch, which is a very good thing to do here in the wilderness.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Hannah, what are some things that you have picked up along the way that you would like to switch out for other things?
Well, I did the fuck up thing. Where I chose the wrong things that I couldn't choose, but didn't matter anyway at the end.
All right, that one.
So I'm going to.
She cheated.
I cheated, but it doesn't matter because I got it from druidic stuff, and now it's even. But now I got the thing, and I'm going to learn how to create a diversion and remain hidden at the same time.
Ooh, goody. Picking some things up here in the wilderness, trying to consolidate that knowledge into some real hard skills. Very well. So
That's it.
Yeah.
While you guys are spending this downtime, let's go ahead into some darker music.
Ooh, we're gonna
Oh,
die.
so good.
Enjoy, buddy.
Because while you guys are here, just minding your own business, staying quiet inside the camp, let's see what happens. eventually, as you guys are focusing on your own respective jobs, you get a little bit on edge, as you know that somewhere within the vicinity, the hobgoblins are stalking around you. A couple of hours pass, as suddenly a bird flies up from the trees, and you are both just instantly on edge. You peer into the darkness of the forest before you, Allison, but you can't find anything. So you get back to your training. Another couple of hours pass. So you guys are now entering somewhere around noon. As you quietly, without any fire, because that would only attract attention, get a little bit of a meal going, you eventually finish. And just as you are putting away your mess kit, you clink just two things against each other and you stiffen for a second to make sure that nobody is around to hear this clinking of metal against each other. But silence keeps going. So another couple of hours pass, till eventually you're now at midday. Like as the sun is getting higher and higher, somewhere around the middle of the afternoon, somewhere around 4 or 5.
Mhm.
As somewhere close to you in the forest, you can just hear a snapping branch, a little bit rustling of leaves, as there is at least something close to you. Not just a bird, not just a clinking of your own metal against each other, but there is something close. I would like both of you to go ahead and make perception checks. Farud, who's just chilling over there, will do the same.
Yeah. $25 for me.
25.
30.
Thank you, Subside.
Jesus, how much does he feed us? Like,
Oh my god.
Like all of
Okay,
them.
okay, dinner break.
Okay, Charlie, can you keep count? How many?
No, don't worry, I got this.
I mean, I can. I've got the list right in front of
Yeah.
me, but it's just so much.
I'm
It's
still
3 for Maxime, 3 for Crystal, 7 for Wouter, 9 for me, 7 for
Look.
Max.
I'm still working through dinner from last night, man. Come on.
Fucking 9 for you?
Well, no, wait, 2 of those were already
Well,
in there.
all right. I guess I'll just do the same as Wouter, I guess.
Good. Mm.
I can't call. Okay.
I had a 30, by the way.
30 and 25, yeah. Let's finish our snacks before we get into stuff.
I should have picked other snacks because these will take an hour to go through.
That's not a snack, that's a meal.
So we've reached our redemption limit for all the feedings.
Oh god.
My salad was actually my meal.
Well, then you
Alright.
should be happy with all the snacks.
Okay.
All right.
I could also turn on the feed Thomas option, and then we just feed
Mm.
him a ton now. Yeah.
I think that is a fit change of plans.
Hold up. Okay.
All right. So, back to the game at hand. Thank you, Subside. Thank you very much. With a 25 and a 30, you both peer into the dark forest. The leaves itself curling over each other give like this very shaded background with beautiful god rays like going through the canopy at some places. However, some small area in there seems very, very shaded. A little bit darker than it should be, perhaps. And you wait for a few seconds. It's moving all right. As you focus your hearing, just ever so slightly, you hear a little bit of brushing of leaves and you can see just a glimpse of a familiar garb of green cloth over chainmail armor, as a couple of these hobgoblin rangers seem to stalk through the forest. But this patch of darkness that is with them, it raises some questions. What would you guys like to do? For now, the group, as it seems, is stalking very close by, like 50 meters away from your camp. Hard to say if they're coming towards you right now or away from you. You can wait a few seconds and see.
So, I can hardly speak, but I'll try. So for now, I think the best thing that we can do is just stay put, because our camp is really well hidden, and maybe do the same trick I did last session and get under Farud's roots a little bit to hide even better. If that's possible. I think that's, like, we have to get out of sight the best we can.
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, I'm going to change into a spider and hide.
All right. What are the components of shape change?
Shit. Yeah, that's speech.
And that'll make noise.
That will make noise.
But it was like 50 meters, you said?
50 meters, give or take.
I can whisper, right?
I'll say for the spell components, you have to do it like out loud, because it has to be clear.
Yeah.
Because there are some feats that actually make you be able to cast spells and do things stealthily.
Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna try and get Hannah to join me and just get under the roots of Farud. Just stealth.
I'll join.
And I'll try and get as many things of the camp that make notice of us, that are our possessions, with us as well.
All right.
Like, I would have made sure to not have that many things lying around anyway. But the things that are lying around, I'll make sure that they're with us.
Very well. So with that, let's go ahead and have you guys make... Let's see, is that going to be... Yeah, conceal an object is also stealth, so I'll say both of you go ahead and make a stealth check. And you guys want to get under Farud?
Yeah. Let's enter that fungus area again.
Yep.
I may be, in the little bits of downtime that I didn't use for my training, would have tried and helped him with that.
Burn away a little bit, yeah, but this is going to be a long time process, man. We're not there yet.
Fair. Do I have a hero point, Charlie? I will need it.
Even.
I will need it, because that was a natural 3. 24 for me.
24?
29 for me.
29, all right. Farud succeeds on his 8 check, so you both get a +2. So that's a 31 and a
26.
26, all right. Let's see what happens, shall we? You guys, quickly but quietly, get the little bits of pieces of equipment that you had lying around with you. You close the tent, put all the foliage over it. You tap against Farud, who didn't seem to notice the coming threats around the encampment. And as you, like, just with a little bit of hand motions, make clear what you want him to do, he goes ahead and, all right, gets his roots out a little bit as you guys try to crawl underneath him. Once again, you are restrained, Allison. Now with Hannah next to you, you try to stay as quiet as you can. As the sound of falling footsteps becomes a little bit louder. Sound of footsteps, not of goblins. They seem to be fairly quiet in their afternoon stroll. The rhythmic footfalls of a four-legged creature that eventually brings with it this faint but noticeable aura of dread that you have felt once before in the mountains, where you vanquished the shadows within. As you can now see this oily, slick, long, large, serpentine, salamander-like creature. Thinking back to what you saw there in the pond, a younger, one-headed version of that black hydra is walking alongst you, getting closer. His long, frilled head coiling. You're getting close to the encampment, seemingly using his nostrils to smell something. As you can see 4 of these hobgoblins, composite short bows at the ready. To jump up and actually just begin to walk in your global vicinity. Not more than 5 to 10 meters away from you at some points, looking actually at the hillside where your encampment is laid within, with far root hulking over. The goblins begin to slowly but surely walk off again. They try to get the Hydra to come with them. But it doesn't. It takes a few steps closer to Farroot, to the both of you. Is there something you would like to do?
I'm just going to stay quiet.
Okay.
Yeah, he's on our scent, but it doesn't mean he can find us. Like, he's still, yeah.
You have no idea.
So, yeah, I'll say put 2.
All right. This large, blackened footfall falls next to the both of you. I would like you both to make a will save, as you can actually see this black aura siple through, enter your vicinity.
Will save, you said?
Will save, that is correct.
For me, that's a 24.
24?
23 for me.
33, very good.
23.
Oh, 23, still pretty good. Good enough, at least. As you are lying here, and the tension, together with this black aura, tries to chill you to the bone, frighten you of the situation. But you have been in this sort of situations before. You know how to handle yourself, and you can keep your cool. You both make your save and nothing happens. He now sets a few steps forward towards your actual tent. He grabs a piece of the foliage, rips it off, gets into your encampment, rips out what seems to be some little piece of food, spits it out on the ground as the hobgoblins follow suit, and they have now found your tent, but not you. They walk around a little bit, looking for things, rummage through the little pieces that you had left behind that aren't in your bag of holding. Luckily, all of your valuables are there, and not lying loose in the tent, I would assume. So only like things like a bedroll are being pushed aside, trying to look for a little bit of rations, like perhaps a little bit of food was left undone, or like a mess kit, but nothing of value, as I said. And eventually, as they are rummaging through there, a little bit of movement inside the tent. They walk outside, get the Hydra to come along with them, still gazes over the entire area. Walks with all 4. still bows drawn, getting back into the wilderness, going along about their business.
Cool. Great. Okay, so this officially became the safest spot to be again, because they've already checked it. So,
Yeah, or they're going to send a group to check out if we're here.
You wait a few minutes before Farud lets loose his roots once again and lets you crawl out of your hiding space.
yeah, how many minutes ago was it? Like,
I would say like how long you want to wait, but eventually
all right. So, does this mean we're safe? Because they
I
didn't
don't
find us. And they probably are not going to return to this area like
Well, we don't
soon, right?
know for sure. We don't know if they're not going to check it out later again.
Yeah, that seems like a pretty big assumption.
Yeah.
like your camp didn't seem deserted
No,
by all means.
no.
So there's definitely a big chance they will be back.
Okay,
It seemed like you guys weren't home.
couple things we can do. First question that's going to be important. Can we kill those people? Do we
If
have...
they're going, depends on who they send.
No?
And we know there are some
Can we-
strong ones.
Can we kill this specific group of 4 hobgoblins and the Hydra with the 3 of us? That's what I'm asking now. Because those are the 3 people that found our camp. If we chase after them as they're going away now, they know our scent. That's only them, no one else.
You want to go and attack them now?
Well, I want to track them and attack them while they're pretty far away, yes. If you feel like we can manage this. I need you on board on this.
I don't know how strong a Hydra is.
I don't know either, but I do know he's afraid of light.
That seems a probable suggestion. We have ambushed these hobgoblins before. There were more then. But there were more of us, too.
Yes, and we have one advantage now. They don't have their mounts with them. Only the Hydra. They're all on foot. We don't have to worry about range. I think the 3 of us can do this. But I need you on board, Hannah. You too, Farud.
I don't know how I feel about attacking the Hydra.
I have come this far. I can take another step.
Okay, let's do it then.
We can try and scare off the Hydra, if that's what you prefer.
Yeah, but it seemed like it was on their side, so it's a big chance you will lead them back.
Well, they're controlling it in a way. Doesn't mean that it's on its side. If we kill their masters, its masters, then maybe it will leave them be. Maybe
Okay,
you can even try
let's-
to befriend it if you'd like.
Let's just try to, like, knock him out or something.
Okay. We can learn a lot from this particular species, from what we need to know. That's also one of the reasons why I want to do this now.
Yeah, let's try it.
Okay,
Let's go down.
let's put an ambush.
As you guys get this decision, you eventually stop just talking outside of the tent. And eventually you also take a step inward. And there you can see that in the bedroll of Hannah, at the side of your pillow, is a rolled up piece of paper pinned to the place where your head would have been, where what seems to be a large claw. As if someone put a piece of paper, a scroll like with a dagger into your pillow. But instead it's like a claw, probably from one of their drakes.
I pick it up and read it.
In a crude but legible font. It simply says, Tazric demands audience. Let enemies be known.
That's fair. I mean, I kind of destroyed some of his tents and stuff, so I guess.
Chet demands that you befriend the Hydra, by the way, Hannah.
Do you bring this up to me too, or are you gonna keep this for yourself?
Ah, no, I'm going to show it. Yeah.
All right. Well, he will get what he wants, but not with the two of us. Once the others are back. That was the plan. This was the whole idea. This is all we wanted. This is perfect. Now,
Let's do it.
make sure that this will take a few more days for them to have this audience, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna go take our stuff and
go ahead and try to lay an ambush
Yeah.
for this creature and its escorts. All right. So let me get a nice battle map for you, fine folk. Let's go.
Pretty sure I'm gonna use something for this.
All right. Shooby-dooby-doop. Shooby-dooby-doop. All right. Hold on just a second. Just have to modify it a little bit.
Okay. So I have these oils of sharpness, right? Were they striking or were they only?
No, these are the weaker variants. Normally, you weren't supposed to be able to create those items. So these are just the oil sharpness that just give a +1 to your 2 hits.
Okay.
Not an extra damage die.
Okay, then they're pretty useless now, but that's cool.
Because they don't stack with magic rune?
No, they just make it a +1 weapon.
Ah, okay.
It doesn't increase the amount.
Yeah.
That would be very strong.
That would be very strong indeed. All right. So I'm at least gonna take an antidote because that will stick for like 8 hours or something. Was it? It was a long time at least.
A long time at least. Yeah.
Yeah. So at least take one of those. I advise Hannah to do the same.
Yeah. I'll do that. Like that was for how many hours?
A lot.
An hour?
A lot. Like
Or 8 hours?
8 hours or something.
Like if
Like
you
6 to 8
take
or
it, yeah, if you like take it quote unquote just before you ambush, we won't have to think about it.
Yeah.
Great.
So we'll say you guys are tactical enough to do so.
So I also chuck another potion to Hannah, and I basically say, "This is for in your bear form."
What is it?
It's called a Juggernaut mutagen. You'll see what happens, but it's gonna be good.
How am I going to drink this when I'm in bear form?
You have a mouth? Or just
Yes,
before
you do have a
Opposable
mouth.
thumbs.
before you go in bear form, or just somewhere in the combat.
Sure.
Chuck the whole thing if you like.
You can do whatever you like.
Exactly.
All right.
Okay.
So that, yeah, basically, Juggernaut, what that does is, let me see.
Yeah, storytelling wise, nice to not tell what the thing does. Gameplay wise, kind of nice to know.
Yeah, kind of nice to know, right? Yeah.
You
So,
can tell
okay.
me when I take it.
Yeah, there you go. I think that's better. We'll go do that because I like that idea too.
Keep it a surprise.
Yeah.
All right. So, let us take you guys to this small clearing in the woods on the battle map,
Mm-hmm.
which would be a beautiful place for an ambush, don't you think? There we go. All right, so I got a Allison, I got a Hannah, I got somewhere along this beautiful line of me.
My name is Milo.
Couple of thingies. There we go. But where is Farroot?
Yeah, Mela would have been very nice now.
Yeah.
I think all party members would have been very nice at this moment.
Yeah.
But hey, you got a big ass tree end next to you guys.
Yeah, that's gonna help. So
That counts for something.
I have 2 tanks to cover for me. If at least Hannah is gonna go into bear form.
I just want to. You're calling me a thing? What?
There he is.
What is happening?
Oh, you're definitely
Right, so-
you're definitely a tank. You're definitely
kind
a
of-
tank.
All right, so
Kinda
we
am.
got a Farroot with you guys. You can basically put him wherever you want because Farroot, as he can get like back into his normal tree form, like before he got awakened and became an arboreal warden, as his class is called,
Ooh.
he can just like be still and be indistinguishable from any other tree. So let's say in this clearing, the party of hobgoblins and the Hydra will eventually come through, and that's a nice clearing where you guys have the open field advantage. So where would you like to situate yourselves? The grass patch in the middle is like high thicket, so that's high enough to also stealth within if you choose to fall yourself prone. There are rocks to hide behind,
Yeah.
trees of curse. Where'd you guys like to
I
be?
think that high grass is then optimal, right? Because they're gonna move through that patch if they are,
Yep.
and then we can just basically pop out and slash them instantly.
Although in the high grass, you will have to fall prone.
Okay,
To
cool.
you have to lie prone to be stealthy.
Do I have a direction that they're moving? Because that's gonna make it a lot more easy for me.
From the top left to bottom right.
Top left, bottom right. Okay.
I'm gonna say.
In that case, just in front of the high grass between those 2 trees. So to the left top, and then
Over here?
between just 4 above, 4 higher.
Like over there.
Yeah, somewhere
Mhm.
like one to the right, and then 1 up, and then we're good.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right. So you will be hiding there within the branches of the trees, like
Sounds
in the
good.
top. Okay.
So would it be better if I would join you or take the tree on the other side?
You're gonna join me.
Oh, okay.
Allison has
Good to
spoken.
know.
Okay, so basically tactics: you fireball, turn into bear, kill Mole. I'll help.
You
Well,
do all
yeah,
the
it
work.
was a great idea to do this.
And where do you guys want to put far roots?
I think in the middle where he is gonna be great. So basically, we're gonna have the goblins move besides us a little bit, and then basically when they're in between Allison, Hannah, and Farroot, then we're gonna ambush them.
All right, fair enough.
Feel like a slave.
Well then go ahead and roll a good stealth check. Allison,
Yeah.
you can take your time on this one, so that's nice for you.
Yeah, and I'm gonna cast guidance on both of us for this.
Ooh, goody.
So you have a +1 as well, Hannah.
Good.
Because this one is important.
Muy
Importante.
importante.
Do I have
A hero point?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had one
yes,
too, right?
You have. Everyone has 1
Okay.
currently.
I'm gonna use it again, which is a lot better.
No, mine is worse.
Oh.
Did you use a hero point too, Crystal?
Yeah.
And it got worse?
Made a 4.
Oof,
It was a 6.
oof,
Yay.
oof. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
you're not stealthy at all.
And
That's
16.
gonna be rough. That's gonna be rough.
16.
It's something.
It's something, yeah.
All right, so
I
As you guys-
am a
yeah.
28.
28.
30, because I have the +2.
Oh, very good, very good. And Farroot, well, that's Farroot is going to try and roll initiative on another way because he has to like get out of it, but that's a natural fucking 20. So
Nice.
there you go. So Farroot will start off. As you guys are getting into the shrubbery, Hannah falls out a couple of times, like crap, don't get like good. Allison, on the other hand, with his tireless patience of the elves, he can get himself nice and cozy within all of the leaves. And there, as you have circumvented this party that was stalking through the woods, you stay put. And as you're situated there, holding your breath, eventually you can hear them. As the entire party is walking just beside you, right over there. As eventually the last one was just behind you with this one-headed hydra in the middle of them. You guys jump. And as you jump, Farud gets out his large stone sword. And let's see what their perception checks are.
See if they have an average on
All
too.
right. So let's see. Allison, your stealth was
30.
30. All right. So then, and Hannah, your
16.
16. Well, you're not last.
Whoa.
No, not even.
That's good.
Well.
Don't worry, Grim Boy. You can feed me whenever you want. Just don't do 10 at a time again. Then I'm fine.
You can do 10 at a time as long as it's not me. So,
You can do it on Maxime. I think he likes it.
as these hobgoblins are stalking through the woods, one of them is just entering the thicket as he looks up at this large tree in front of him as the stone sword is pulled from the ground. And the first blow from Farwood is going in for a... Well, that's a good roll. That's a 31. So that's going to be a normal hit, but still. As this one goblin springs into action, he tries to dodge out of the way, but gets smacked into the back. Taking a total of... That's 13 plus 10 is 23 points of damage to the first hobgoblin. And Faru just goes onto a whack-a-mole spree once again. Tries to smack him twice again. Second attack, missing however. And the third one, with the minus 10, also missing. As this one hobgoblin, you guys had to jump on him, but after the first blow, he agilely makes one roll over the ground, another one, and then already gets an arrow into place and looks at this large treant in front of him, starting to realize that arrows might not be the best way to go with this. After Farroot, Allison, your patience has been rewarded as adrenaline now takes over. What do you do?
Well, I obviously have my weapon out. And I'm just gonna try and decapitate the guy that's next to Hannah.
All right, so you jump down from the tree. Go ahead and make a acrobatics check for me real quick. Just see if you don't roll natural 1 or something.
Natural 16.
Natural 16, yeah. As easy as ever. You can see, like, the tree itself, like all of the leaves, a double-bladed sword just sink comes through it, slashes it open, and as the foliage falls down, Allison has made an opening for himself from which he can tumble out onto the grass, and now you can have your turn.
Yes, so because I'm level 6 now, I have a new feat that as long as I'm fighting an enemy that's also fighting with an ally of mine, they're flat-footed to me.
Technically, they aren't fighting Hannah yet, because Hannah is also like in the tree right now.
But I use stealth,
but it's
and
still
I'm a
awesome.
rogue, and it's still flat-footed because I'm using stealth.
There you go. There you go.
So still,
You're awesome, but just in another way.
I just want to explain my feat, okay? Okay, yeah, I'm still gonna try this. So first one is a 21 to hit.
21 misses.
With flat-footed as well?
Oh, no, wait. Good that you told me. 21 just hits.
Okay. In that case, that is gonna be 14 points of damage.
14 points of damage. The double-bladed sword sink doesn't decapitate it outright, but it does do a hefty amount of damage.
Second attack. That's gonna miss probably with 416. Yeah, that's gonna miss.
Yeah.
And third attack. Yeah, I'm just gonna try. 19. No, misses. Okay.
Misses also. But as you jump from your tree, the first slash sink. You just barely miss the neck, and it's actually just like raking across the shoulders. He reaches out in pain, but instinctively, this like ranger who knows the art of ambushes, your second strike, you were trying to go for the head once again. He dodges under it, rolls, and already throws his bow into your face as you try to make your third strike, just like getting you off balance. But this is one of his tactics that you've seen before, as his hands now reach to the two long knives that he is wearing on both of his legs. All right, that is Allison's turn. Afterwards, the Hydra. Let's see. The Hydra sniffs. And in a display of power, he gets close to you, Allison. Tries to get all the way up in your face as he weaves around you, as a shadow aura once again tries to envelop you, as this freaky feeling tries to get into your bones. Go ahead and make a will save once again.
27.
27. You are not afraid of this beast. However, those are 2 of his turns as he walks up and bashes its aura outward. And afterward, he's going to go ahead and go in for... Let's see...
For my head. He's going in for my head. He wants to eat me.
Well, he's going to go in for your head, but he is going to use his tail attack, because that one's agile. Alright, so... That is going to come in for a 24 to hit.
I'm gonna use my reaction to nimbly dodge out of the way, and
Very
that
well.
misses.
Nice. As the whipping tail, as he turns across from you, his whipping tail just smacks the tree, and a couple of pieces of wood are just scattered across the ground. Not harming you, however. That's the Hydra's turn. Afterwards, Hannah, what would you like to do?
I cry. No, I
that's
use
one action.
Fireball.
You cast Fireball. All right, so, who is that Fireball going to hit?
I want to hit as many as
The aura
goblins.
is 20 feet, right?
I want to say yes, but I'm not sure.
Like the radius of the Fireball?
Yeah, 20 foot burst.
20 feet. All right, so let's see. Can you guys see this aura of this fire elemental?
Don't see it yet, no. You have to up it on the layer, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Oh wait, can be controlled by everyone. I think that's the way.
Yes.
Does it show now?
Oh,
There we
yeah.
go. Okay.
Whoa,
You can push it somewhere. You can put it somewhere, and that's going to be the radius of your fireball.
Well,
Here.
that's perfect.
Perfect. There you go. Exactly everybody that needs to be hit, and nobody
I
that
don't want
doesn't
to
need to
hit
be
the
hit.
Hydra, but I guess.
The Hydra is going to be hit this way.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you're going to go for it?
Yeah.
All right. So,
You need to
With
scare
that
him off
fireball.
anyway, right?
Yeah. I need
from
to
your
work
hiding
on my
place, you
review.
almost fall down again, as the hiding place wasn't very well hidden, but the fireball shrieks outward, and they are going to go ahead and make their reflex saves. First up, the hobgoblins. Here we go. The one all the way to the top and the one down and to the left make their saves. The other 2 don't.
Nice.
Right.
And the Hydra?
And let's see for the Hydra. Natural 20. So the Hydra critically makes a save. So you're welcome, Hannah. The Hydra doesn't take any damage.
Woo.
Whoop whoop. He still's angry at you though, probably.
He's still pretty angry. Yeah.
Don't think he likes
19.
getting... Nice.
19 points of damage. All right. So that's, let's see, 19 to the one that Farud was battling, who now looks very, very rough already. And let's see, that's 9 to the one that Allison was fighting, 19 to the last one, and 9 to that one. As the fireball erupts, the one that was already dodging into action with you, Allison, nimbly dodges away out of the fireball and shields himself with his green cloak that is now catched fire, but he doesn't care. It's just burning into his chainmail, but whatever. The one that Farud was battling, however, he was too focused on Farud himself as the fireball knocks him to his knees for a second, and then he can just barely get up. The other one next to him also dodges out of the way, getting a little bit of fire damage, and the one next to the Hydra also gets the brunt of it, now only still trying to figure out what is going on, not realizing that he is engulfed in flames. That
Awesome.
are 2 of your actions. You still have
I'm
1
going
left.
to hide for my last, so I'm going to use the same thing last. I'm going to try and have a branch before my head.
Very well. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
That's 20.
20. All right. With that, you try to get away from all of the hobgoblins. Although you can still see that after the fireball was streaking that way, they're still looking somewhere in your vicinity. Not sure if
just
you're
don't
hidden
want to
that
get
well,
hit,
but yeah, it's just
that's
like
fine.
I'm not here. I'm not
Yeah.
here. Like Homer back into the hedges. Like.
Yeah.
All right. Afterwards, the hobgoblins themselves are springing into action, as the one that is battling Farroot, His bow cracked, is thrown to the ground. He gets out 2 of his knives and just begins chipping away wood. For a hit, miss, and with -4, still no misses. So that's only 1 hit against Farroot, as only 6 points of slashing damage are chopping away just a little bit of his wood. Giggity. The other one, however, standing next to him, is going to turn to you, Allison, and just going to rapid fire maneuvers, going
Obviously.
to unleash 3 arrows at you.
Can we remove the fire elemental from the screen?
We can, and we will. There we go.
Thank you.
All right, so as the first strike bing, goes wide, natural 1. Second one with a -3 is going to be a 27 to hit.
Hits.
And the third one coming in for a 17, so I believe
Misses.
that misses.
Yeah.
So as 2 arrows go wide, 1 hits, giving you, that's still 7 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And I'll need you to make a fortitude saving throw as their poison-tipped arrows once again try to invade your body.
Body. Antidote gives me a +2, I believe. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Which ends up for an 18 total. I didn't roll that high.
18 total. You just fail it as you take another. There we go. Another. Oof! I'm rolling really high on you. Sorry, buddy. 9 points of poison damage.
Happens.
Ooh.
And you are now poisoned.
9, you said, right?
Yes.
Okay.
In the meantime, the one goblin that had just been enveloped in flames looks up at you, Hannah, and gets out a couple of arrows. Going in towards you. Flashbacks to yesterday when you were in the goblin encampment and also get a rain of arrows in you. The first one comes in for a 24 to hit.
Yeah.
Second one comes in for a...
Oh wait, but I'm behind a tree branch, right?
Did you take cover or did you
You
hide?
didn't. You hit, so you didn't take cover,
want-
but I'll say you still have the +2 to your AC because there's like foliage in the way.
Then it just hits.
Okay, still hit. Second one misses with a 16, I believe, if I'm counting correctly. Third one, however, with still a 26. So I believe that's 2 hits, right?
Yeah.
All right. So as the 2 arrows in both shoulders sink in, you take a total of, let's see, that's 9 points of piercing damage for both arrows combined, and I'll have you make 2 saving throws against the poison. And as the antidote is also in your veins, the fortitude increases with the chemical concoctions of Allison.
Woohoo!
I have 1 hero point, and I'm going to use that.
You go, girl.
Yeah. Ooh, that's 2 17s. So that makes 2 29. No. Yeah, 29.
All
I
right.
can count.
In the same way that eventually you came accustomed to the centipede venom running through your veins, nowadays this just feels like tickles as you get both arrows out of it, and the poison itself like tries to invade your body, but you can actually see that your icon of Melora, like the green circle, begins to glow once again as nature's energy itself pushes this venom out of your system, purifying your body. No poison damage to you. In the meantime, however, this one hobgoblin in front of you, Allison, had just thrown the bow into your face, and as you react to it, your eyes focus once again at these 2 blades going in for attacks. First one comes in for a natural 1. Second one comes in for a natural 2. Third one.
Good.
This is 5. Okay, so a 1, a 2, and a 5 on the dice. So that's going to be a 13, I believe, low. So as these long knives are coming in, you, in the same way that he's twirling his blades, you are twirling yours. King, 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 king. Clashing blades everywhere you go. He is not getting any hits in. And after that, Farroot once again goes in for a long strike. This time he gets his blade into the ground and begins to rake it across the floor, trying to get both of these goblins in one go. The first hit to the very damaged one. Yep, that's going to hit with a natural 17 on the die. So with that, the last couple of hit points of this one goblin are flown into obliteration as he continues this one strike to hit the other one as well with his reach. Second one with a -5 comes in. It's just flavor, 2 attacks. That's going to be...
Oh no, I meant like his hit points though. He basically had a bubble that said his points that were flown into obliviation.
Yeah, that's a whee!
Yeah. Just a bubble. He himself is like, oh, I think my hit points went that way, so I think I'll run after them.
Yeah, like the hit points are like Smash Bros. You know, like when you get shut off the field in the top, you get like bling in the distance. With far roots to hit bonus, that's going to be a 24, so that hits on the second one. Getting a nice chunk of damage in with 17 hit points to that fellow right over there, which he's still standing. However, that second guy next to him is also looking very, very rough. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. It's you right over there. Still though,
I choose you.
Yeah. As at that moment, his last attack goes in for one last Hail Mary. Yeah, only digging his sword very deep into the earth itself. Little pieces of grass are flown through the air, but the goblin is unharmed from this last strike.
He did not
As
Hail
this
the
one
Mary.
sword is smacking into the ground, Allisôn, your sword is clashing on the other side of the combat arena. What do you do?
Yeah, so Hannah is still not in combat, is she?
Technically, she is still not within 5 feet of this one guy. No.
Okay.
Attack.
Hannah tried to... She had a +2 bonus to AC and reflex saves.
In that case, I'm gonna use one of my actions to get in between the two hobgoblins, like Farroot, the guy next to Farroot.
Right over there.
Yeah, over there. Yeah.
All right.
And one slash at the guy I am flanking now.
All right. As you move out of the way, the Hydra's head.
Hydra has attack opportunity. Okay. Nice.
He has an attack of opportunity. Goes in for a... Ooh! That's a... 34.
I'm gonna use my nimble dodge because I just got that back, so it's not a crit.
To make it a normal hit. Very well. As the snapping jaws of this creature try to envelop you, dealing a total of 14. Not too bad. Points of piercing damage. But still, this Hydra seems to be very reactive.
Yeah, apparently. Okay.
Snapping into action.
Yeah, okay, I'll slash.
All right.
Like, we need to get rid of these guys, so and as fast as possible, because action economy, etc. So yeah, I'm just gonna twirl my blade around and try and decapitate him again, or kind of lag off this time. I feel like I think if he can walk, he can fight, right? So
yeah, fair enough.
Well, that's a natural 3. That's not gonna work. Now is a tough call. So can they kill me in one turn?
Are you going to...
How tough is this guy looking that I'm facing? Like between Farwood and me? How tough is he?
How tough?
Like
as in like his power level?
No, like how bad does he look?
How bad? This guy looks bad.
Okay, I'll still try with a second attack.
Farwood gave him 2 hits. He looks like 1 hit away from death.
Nope.
Nope.
Natural 7.
Too bad. So, as you jump into the fray, your blade is twirling, trying to hit these fellows, but this guy is hanging on to dear life. One knife at the back, king, blocking with you, the other one still pointing towards Farwood.
Should have gone for the head. I should have
You
learned
still have
that.
a hero point.
Oh, well,
next.
I'll use that for another time then.
Also, Wouter needs to eat.
I'll do right away. Thank you. From who?
From a very good movie, I learned that I should have
Ave.
gone for the head.
Thank you, Ave.
So yeah, so I'll do
Sure,
that
no,
next
Brad.
time.
All right. Afterwards, as you are twirling away from these hobgoblins, the Hydra snaps at you, and then just takes a step forward, and sees this elf in the tree. As he gets forward, and with his reach, tries to reach into the tree and snap at you with his long neck. So he needs to take a step forward. That's one action. Now you know what? First, he's going to try and intimidate you once again. As he steps one step forward, his shadow hour tries to envelop you. Go ahead and make a will save for me.
Oof. 18.
18. As this Hydra is all up in your face, yo, you feel this creeping sensation of fear enter your heart. You are now frightened 2. So at the end of each of your turns, your frightened condition automatically decreases by 1. But until then, you take a -2 to basically everything.
Yeah. It's also to AC, right?
Exactly. And with that being said, the Hydra uses his last action to go ahead and snap at you. Yeah, he's going to go ahead and try and go in for the kill. He's going to try and snap with his head. And there you go. That's a natural 20.
Yeah, that's a good hit.
That's going to hit. And hit hard it does. So, you take... It's 26 points of damage. As even through your branch in front of you, he snaps through it, catches onto your arm, and as his teeth rip out, you can see these large gashes in your forearm on the left side. Not having a good time. That's going to put you down to right over there. All right. Afterward, however, the Hydra is done, and the turn now goes to Hannah. Hannah, what would you like to do?
Fireball.
Another one?
Yeah.
This time, however, where do you want to put it? Because this time, Allison is in the fray.
I know. Fuck Allisôn. I'm going to put it here.
All right, so only those
So just
fellas.
miss me. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so the Hydra and the 2 goblins right over there.
Yeah.
As the scintills in your fire staff ignite once again, the fireball is erupted from it, and as it explodes in a fiery haze, the Hydra tries to make a save. That's going to be a reflex of 25.
It's a success.
Success, all right. And the 2 goblins are gonna go ahead and try to make their saves. The highest one being a, let's see, 21. So I think those both failed their saves.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. $26.
26, nice. And with that high roll,
That's
this
a good
one
roll.
goblin
Yeah.
right over there is blown to bits by the fireball as he tumbles forward with his face planted into the earth, not moving anymore. Fireball goes away. The Hydra takes half of those points of damage.
He lost his eyebrows, now he's
13.
afraid to look at you and he's just running away.
Yeah, it's just eating dirt right
Yeah.
now. And the last one also takes 26 points of damage. 2, 5. All right. Him now also looking pretty rough. Those are 2 of your actions. You still have a last one, Hannah. What do you like to do? Do you want to try and like push yourself against the tree branches a little bit more to increase the amount of cover that you get from it?
Yeah. Let's do.
Yeah.
Is it a free action to drop myself out of the tree? And
I'd
then
say that's a
take
free
cover?
action.
Yeah.
Well, if you drop out of the tree, you'll be too far away from the thing that gives you cover. So you'll have to move to a place where it gives you cover.
Can you
I'll
get
just take
cover?
cover.
Can you get cover at the tree itself? So basically, if they're gonna strike at you, right, and the tree's in the way, you can basically move around the tree to make sure that they're gonna hit the tree and be
I'm going
at
to-
a disadvantage, or can't you?
This because we're flying by the seat of our pants right now. You are now in a tree. Here is cover. If you
Yeah.
drop out, you can go ahead and move around, but you will not be in cover anymore. So you can't and move freely and still be in cover.
That's fair. I'll take cover.
All right. You just push yourself there. Okay. So now your increase to AC is 4. Very well. However, at the end of your turn, as you begin to shiver a little bit less, your frightened condition goes down to 1. So that's nice.
That's something.
And afterwards, the hobgoblins themselves are going to go ahead as the one guy in the top begins to yell orders to the other guy as they are now beautifully flanking you, Allison.
No, they're not.
And they are going. Well, they are flanking.
They are flanking.
They are flanking.
Doesn't do anything.
I know, but they are flanking. So they are going to unleash their attacks on you, thinking that you are an easy prey for them.
Yeah.
First one comes in, natural one again. I am not making this up. I'm not freaking making this up. Like here, there. Don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, I see it.
That's
Another
natural
one.
20s.
God damn it. All these natural ones, man.
Charlie's trying to look.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
whatever,
don't believe it.
whatever. Second one comes in, natural 5. Third one comes in, natural 3.
I don't mind.
Second goblin.
That was one guy. Natural 20, natural 18, natural 16. Natural 1.
That's a 4.
Oh, okay.
It's a goddamn 4.
Lucky
That's an 8.
Allison.
That's an 8 on the die, coming in for a total of, I think, 20.
20 misses.
And the last one, 7 on the die.
You know this happens because you prayed to Kuranau this morning, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so as Allison, as you are standing there twirling your blade, king, 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 blocking every blow, no one knife is coming through. I am not making this stuff up. The highest thing that I rolled was a fucking 8 on the die. However, those were the hobgoblins' turns, and that's all they can do. Afterwards, we go back to Farroot, as he is still just standing there and goes in for the killing blow on this one goblin. That's going to be a 28, so that's going to be a hit. For a total of, it was 18 points of damage,
Whoop, whoop.
which is going to be enough to smack this one goblin out of the way. As he takes a couple of steps forward to right over there and begins to smack the other goblin as well with his last action, which is, not gonna hit with a -5. So this time he just smacks the floor with a great amount of force and even a little bit flair, but that's all it does. Afterwards, we go back to Allison.
Okay, so sorry for the viewers to hear that very weird Windows sound. I don't know what made it, but that's fine. So basically, at this point, Allison, as I said earlier, right? Allison knows how to take advantage of his allies. Like basically, Farroot is trying to hit him, and then basically this hobgoblin is gonna have to dodge out of the way from that, and that is where Allison is gonna strike at that moment. So basically, the hobgoblin dashes a little bit to the back, and Allison is just gonna try and from the back try and slash him open.
Very well. Go ahead and make your attack roll, as he is now flat-footed against you.
Yes. I'm not running well either, so just so you know, I rolled a natural 7, but I still think that just hits, because that's a 22. Where's the flat-footed?
22 hits?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's flat-footed, so go ahead and roll damage.
I'll first roll damage just to see if he dies or something. Just from a heart attack or something.
That's what happens when you attack someone.
Yeah.
At least in this game.
Oh.
What?
11 points of damage.
11 points of damage. He's still standing.
Cool.
As you cut like nicely into his shoulder, as a large gash is seen there, and he now like slouches at one side a little bit, but he's still standing, trying to, for dear life, fight you guys off.
Second attack, and I'm gonna make it non-lethal, cause I know that these people speak common.
You know that these people speak common?
Well, they
left us
scripted
note.
the letter, so they have something in common. So maybe either
There's something in common.
either their leader passed it over to them to just give it to us, but I'm gonna take the risk. I'm just gonna try and knock him unconscious.
Fair enough.
So I'm non-lethal, so that's
Flat side of your blade.
yeah. The misses.
King! With the last piece of his strength, his knife, like pointing to the back, blocks your attack and pushes it back.
You know what? I'm gonna use my hero point for that, if I still may. Just that was a natural 2.
That's a little bit too late
Too
for
late?
now.
Okay,
Like the
cool.
effect is already done.
Cool.
You called what the roll was.
Sure. Third attack. Sure. Let's go for that one. Natural 20. That works.
There you go. As the one blow is blocked from the other side, you blindside him. Whack! Go ahead and roll damage.
That's a lot of damage. 8, 10, 15, 16, plus 24 points of damage.
24 points of damage, and with that, the goblin is smacked to the floor, unconscious but still breathing, unlike his fellow brethren. That's Allison's turn, after which the Hydra is going to go ahead.
Let's see what it'll do.
As this last goblin is smacked to the floor. He takes a couple of steps back and runs towards you, Allison, only to leap right over you and try to make its way into the woods. Do you guys want to do something about this?
Just looking at Hannah, like, I cannot communicate with this thing. If Hannah wants to try something, it's up to her.
Hannah, what would you like to do? Still sitting there in the tree, holding on for dear life.
Yeah, it's not really an animal, so speak with animal won't do anything, I guess. I'm just going to yell in Druidic.
All right. What do you yell?
Please stop, we don't want to hurt you.
Go ahead and make a nature check for me.
Ooh. 32.
All right, that's about the DC that you need to make with that. As this guy steps forward a couple of feet onto like the end of the battlefield, like he for a second, like stops and just looks back at you, still like very tense.
I don't know if you are related, but I think I tried to free your mom.
Go ahead and make another nature check.
Do I have a hero point?
I hope you do.
Yeah? Great.
Sorry, I'm muted. I said yes, and I am correct. Yes.
Great. That's 29.
29? Alright, so with that, you can see that he relaxes a little bit as he peers towards you from the distance. Slowly starts to walk off a little bit, still keeping eye contact.
Don't go back to the camp. Just get yourself out of here.
And with that, eventually... The Hydra takes off.
I tried.
As Farroot sheaths away his sword.
Did he run away from the camp or towards the camp?
Away from the camp.
Okay.
Away from your camp.
And
This would technically be towards the camp of the hobgoblins. But the wilderness is vast.
Yeah.
It is more like what he mostly did was walk away from you.
Okay.
Where he went, nobody knows.
Okay.
As Farroot sheaves his stone sword once again.
Another victory.
Yes.
And another interrogation.
And that's where we'll go ahead and take a little break.
Cool.
It is 5 to 9:30, so we will see you at 8:40 once again to see what the other half of our beautiful party has in store for this session.
Yeah, they've been muted all game. It's like, okay,
yeah,
cool.
that's how
It
these
happens.
sessions work out. It seems it's
It
going to be
happens,
two separate sessions for now, at least.
Yeah, it
It's
works out.
okay.
The fun part is gonna happen in after the break.
Yeah,
hell
that's when Maxime and me come in. I'm gonna see if I can't get an afro working in the meantime. See you guys in a few
Afro,
minutes.
ooh, good. In 15 minutes.
Yes. See you in
I'll
a
see you
bit.
then. I'm going to breathe for a little bit.
Goodbye. See you in a bit.
So.
Hey, 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 hey.